Hey, what's up everybody? How are you doing today? Thank you guys so much for joining me on another Microphone Mondays where I upload new microphone reviews every Monday. If you're new here, my name's Tobias and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I have another comparison video for you guys. I'm going to be comparing the MAONO AU-PM421 versus the infamous Blue Yeti, which you are actually listening to right now. And I'm also listening to the audio in my headphones. And throughout this video, I'll be switching between the Blue Yeti and the PM421, which I have right here. And it'll be pretty easy for you guys to tell which microphone is which because the Blue Yeti, you'll see this little silver dome right here. The PM421, it's this black microphone, which is also on a boom arm stand. So it'll be pretty easy for you guys to tell the difference between the two. So as usual, I'll first go over the similarities and differences between these two microphones, and then we'll do a side-by-side audio test where I'll switch between one microphone and the other pretty quickly so we can get an idea of how the microphones sound next to each other. And then finally, I'll let you guys know which microphone I think that you would be better off going with. And if you want to skip around to these different parts, I'll go ahead and put timestamps down in the comments below as well as in the description of this video. And before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button if you do like this video or if this video helps you out. And also hit that subscribe button in case you want to see more videos by me in the future. And let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and start off by taking a look at the Amazon pages for these two microphones. As you can see here, the MAONO AU-PM421 goes for $87.99 on Amazon. And then if we take a look at the Blue Yeti, you can get it for as low as $108, although usually this microphone does go for $129.99. And both of these microphones come with free shipping. And I'll go ahead and put the links to these Amazon pages down in the description of this video in case you want to check those out for yourself. And when it comes to the similarities and differences between these two microphones, they're both USB condenser microphones, and if we take a look at the frequency responses, they both kind of have fairly even frequency responses, and both microphones come with a mute button on the microphone as well as a gain knob to control your input volume. If we take a look at the PM421, which I'm using right now, you'll see that it comes with this boom arm stand, which comes with a shock mount, a wind muff, and a pop filter. Although, I just gotta say, the build quality of this shock mount honestly isn't that great. I've used this microphone a handful of times. It is not a microphone that I use very often. However, if you look right here, this little knob that allows you to control the angle at which you set your microphone at, the threading inside got completely stripped and I can't even angle the microphone anymore. It's just kind of sitting at this angle. I can't tighten that knob anymore. So that's a little frustrating, especially since I have not used this microphone very many times at all. And I know earlier I said that the frequency responses of these two microphones are pretty even and pretty similar to each other. I just want to mention though that the PM421 does look like it is very slightly more sensitive to the lower frequencies than the Blue Yeti. And then if we take a look at the Blue Yeti, you'll see that it doesn't come with a boom arm stand. Instead, it comes with a desk stand. Although the cool thing about the desk stand that the Blue Yeti comes with is that the Blue Yeti and the desk stand itself, they're both pretty tall. So even when I have the microphone right in front of me on the desk, it isn't very much lower down than where my mouth is. And as you can see here, the tops of the microphone are maybe only like an inch apart from each other. So I can get the Blue Yeti almost to the same height as the PM421. However, it is pretty convenient having a microphone on a boom arm stand like this because as you can see, you can get it much closer to your mouth. And one of the reasons that I think the Blue Yeti is so much bigger than the PM421 is because inside this dome, there are 3 condenser capsules that help you record in 4 different recording patterns. However, for the purposes of this video, I'm only going to be using the cardioid recording pattern, which is the standard recording pattern which picks up audio from directly in front of the microphone. And the reason I'm not going to test out the other recording patterns in this video is because the PM421 doesn't have any other recording patterns. And if you do need those other recording patterns, like say the stereo recording function, then you're probably not even considering the PM421. But in case anybody is interested, I do have a full in-depth review of the Blue Yeti. I'll go ahead and link that video down in the description below in case you want to check that out. And the one last difference that I do want to mention is that the Blue Yeti does does come with a headphone jack on the microphone for that direct monitoring. And I also want to mention that the Blue Yeti does not come with a wind muff or a pop filter, which are both things that you probably will need to eventually buy if you do go with the Blue Yeti. So just keep that in mind as well. So now that we've gone over the similarities and differences between these two microphones, let's go ahead and jump into our side-by-side audio test. And on the 3, I'll be switching over to the Blue Yeti. 1, 2, 3. Alright guys, so the audio that you're now hearing is coming from the Blue Yeti. Now let's go ahead and take a listen for a noise floor and see if we can hear like an underlying static noise. Okay, let's go ahead and listen to the PM421. Okay guys, let's go ahead and try to listen for that noise floor. Okay, and let's go ahead and switch back over to the Blue Yeti. Now we're back over at the Blue Yeti. This is what it sounds like when I'm typing on my keyboard right behind the microphone. Now we're back over at the MAONO AU-PM421, and this is what it sounds like when I'm tapping on my keyboard right behind the microphone. And this is what the Blue Yeti sounds like when I'm standing roughly 5 feet away from the microphone. And this is how it sounds when I'm standing roughly 5 feet away from the PM421. And let's go ahead and take one last listen to the Blue Yeti and try to decide which microphone we prefer the sound of. And let's go ahead and get one last listen into the PM421. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go back and re-listen to that audio that I just recorded, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Alright guys, so as you can see, I'm back on the Blue Yeti, and I just got finished re-listening to that audio that I just recorded, and I gotta say, I do prefer the Blue Yeti over the MAONO AU-PM421. I know that the Blue Yeti is quite a bit more expensive, so it's kind of like the, I guess you could say, the expected result, but I always thought that the PM421 sounded pretty good. And I still do think that the PM421 does sound pretty good, and I've always spoken pretty highly of MAONO microphones in general, but the PM421, when you put it side by side with the Blue Yeti, one thing that I noticed is that the PM421 did seem to sound slightly muffled compared to the Blue Yeti, and that's something that I never really noticed before. The Blue Yeti just seems to sound a bit more crisp, and I prefer that sound a little. And I also thought the Blue Yeti sounded better when I was recording the guitar, and I hate to say this guys, but I almost feel like mentally, when I was trying to adjust the angle of the PM421 in the beginning of this video and this knob just seemed to stop working, I feel like that kind of set the tone for the video, and it kind of like just left a bad taste in my mouth when it came to the PM421. The hardware that the PM421 comes with does seem to be a little bit on the cheap side. Although having said that, I have several MAONO condenser microphone kits just like this, and I've never had that problem with any of the other kits. And it's just a little frustrating after only using the PM421 a handful of times that little knob, the threading just seemed to be totally gone. So that is kind of annoying. So bottom line guys, if you have it in your budget, I do think that it's worth going with the Blue Yeti. And of course guys, you guys heard the same exact audio that I heard. I would love to hear what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know down in the comments below. And once again guys, I will have the Amazon pages for both of these microphones linked down in the description of this video in case you want to check those out. And if this video did help you out, or if you liked this video, I'd really appreciate it if you went down there and gave this video a like. That would help me out so much. And if you would like to see more videos by me in the future, make sure to go down there and hit that subscribe button and also hit that bell notifications button. Once again, I upload new microphone videos every Monday. I call it Microphone Mondays. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I'll go ahead and put my handle right here. It's at YT_Tobias, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Peace!